Hi there, it's me, Mrs. Borley, and him, Mr. Linden, and we're going to be taking part in a Would You Rather so that you can get to know us maybe just a little bit better. So I'm going to go first. Mr. Linden, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandkids?
I'll probably go into the future to meet my great-great-grandkids just to find out what legacy I leave behind.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Right.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
Well, more money, more problems. So I think more time, definitely.
Good.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
A rewind button to relive the special moments.
Oh, that's
the good
beautiful.
moments.
I'd have a rewind button so that I could change my mistakes.
Yeah, true. I think pause. Why pause? Because you'd just be standing still.
You could savour the moment, couldn't you? Like, this
paused.
is beautiful. Yeah. Maybe you don't pause, but it doesn't make it clear.
True,
does
mate.
it?
No.
Okay.
It's an ambiguous question.
Yeah, we're unsure on that one. Mr. Linden, I think I asked you the last question, so it's probably your turn to ask me a question.
Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign languages?
I'd really like to speak all foreign languages.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to learn them. But then you get to talk to all people. And I think that would be a really, really special thing to be able to do. I think there'd be a lot less problems in the world if you could talk to everybody.
True, but I'd be intrigued, like, what goes through the mind of a squirrel when it pauses suddenly, like...
Oh, that's true.
Have I left the oven on or something like that? What are they thinking in that moment?
No, I'd rather talk to people than animals.
See, I'm a bit weirder.
Yeah. Is it my question now? I've lost track.
Yes, it is yours.
Mr. Linden, would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Lottery.
Ooh.
For a quality of life.
Oh.
Not necessarily a longer life.
So quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough.
Would you feel worse if no one showed up to your wedding or to your funeral?
Well, myself and my husband only invited 30 people to our wedding because we're quite antisocial. So I think probably funeral, although I do think that it kind of doesn't matter at that point. So
well, yeah. would you be aware?
I don't really mind. If people would like to come, that'd be nice. But if they don't, then that's their choice, isn't it? Don't really mind. Mr. Linden, would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone?
Oh, that is a tough one, isn't it? Because actually, those two things are linked together nowadays, which makes it. If I lose my phone, I lose the internet. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I could probably live without the internet more than I could without my phone. I reckon.
That's good. I'm not sure I could live without either.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing?
Well, I have two small children who are quite loud, so I think I'd rather lose my hearing. If I'm honest.
So I said earlier, I'd rather lose my vision and then retrain my hearing to become like the Daredevil.
Oh, I see. That would be quite cool.
Because
Daredevil is quite cool.
Marvel is much better than DC.
I disagree.
Wow. Yeah. We'll agree to disagree.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Linden, would you rather work more hours per day but fewer days, or work fewer hours per day but more days?
Longer hours, fewer days.
Okay. Longer hours, fewer days.
The reason being more time with family, more time to... Yeah. Weekends will feel a little longer than 2 days.
But we do both work in education, so we pretty much work 24/7.
Yeah, true.
So I'm not sure that can ever happen.
It all just blurs into one long wibbly-wobbly ball of time, doesn't it, for us?
Is it my question or yours?
It's my question, isn't it? I can't even remember. We got to. Here we go. Would you rather listen to music from the 70s or music from today?
I really like music. So that's really difficult. And it doesn't stipulate whether it's the 1770s or the 1870s.
Do you
or the
listen to a lot of
1970s.
1770s music?
I do listen to quite a lot of classical music.
Classical FM. When I said the other day I listened to classical FM, you laughed at me.
Yeah, but that's because that's classical FM.
Oh, true. To be fair, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I think I'm going to go for music from the 70s.
It was a good era.
And it was a good era. Yeah. Mr. Linden, would you rather become someone else or just stay you? I would rather that you stay you.
I think I probably would stay me because I wouldn't know who to choose to be.
Yeah.
And I know me, so stay as me.
Just stay you, Mr. Linden. Yeah.
Would you rather be Batman or Spider-Man?
Batman. Batman.
Why Batman?
Every time. Well, because he wears black and I wear a lot of black, so I wouldn't have to change my wardrobe. So that's a big consideration.
Goth it up.
He's also very rich, which would be really nice, and he has a bat cave, which is super cool. Whereas Spider-Man shoots webs out of various parts of his body, and spiders normally shoot webs out of their bums. I don't want to have to do that.
Actually, if we did this anatomically correct,
I wouldn't
Spider-Man would be a very different film if we went with that version.
So I'm going to go for Batman.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Spider-Man, but there we go.
Because of the webs out your bums.
Yeah. Spider sense, because I know when bad things are coming my way and I can get out of the way.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, it's your turn now.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah,
okay. Would you rather be stuck in a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator?
As a bit of a snowboarder, I would say definitely get stuck in a ski lift because I can look at the surroundings and enjoy the mountains and pretend I'm living in Lord of the Rings.
Plus, there's the M. Night Shyamalan film where the broken elevators because the devil's in it, so I wouldn't really want to be stuck in
true.
that, so I think I'd go for ski lift as well.
Every day, ski lift.
Is it me?
Yep.
For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or gifts?
I'd say, I often ask for money, but I'm going to say gifts, simply because gifts will communicate if somebody really knows you or not.
That's very true.
If they buy you something, I don't know, like, they buy me a set of spanners, so I know that I'm useless with tools, and that's not a gift that says they know me. So, it's a
plus it's a really
indicator.
Dreadful thing. But if someone buys you a gift, you can always take it back.
Yeah, that's true. You've got to go, oh, thanks for that. That's really nice.
Take it back later. So you could always do that, which is something, isn't it? Really. Okay. It's
my turn now. Would you rather go to a movie or to dinner on your own?
Well, I've done both because I love cinema. And the cameraman's laughing because he thinks that makes me a loser.
I watch Transformers on my own. Nobody wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I really like going to movies by myself, and I like going when they've been out for a little while. Yep. So you can go and you can have the whole cinema to yourself, and you can be as noisy as you like. I just really like it, so I would go.
Do you want to make lots of noise when you're watching films?
But you can take food because I always feel a bit guilty taking food. Because of absolutely. And if I wanted to check my phone, that's really a big no-no in the cinema. But if you're by yourself, it doesn't matter, does it?
No one
you can
cares.
do what you like.
True.
So I think a movie by myself. If I went to dinner by myself, I'd have to take a book so I looked like I was not a loner. I've chosen to do this.
Yeah, it's only sort of more socially acceptable to do that in a coffee shop, isn't it?
It is,
yeah.
But only with a laptop, so you look like you're working.
Yeah, very studious.
I've forgotten where we are now. Is it me?
I was trying to work out where we are. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, would you rather always say everything that's on your mind, like I do, or never speak again?
I don't think I could even try to never speak. It wouldn't work. But then not everything that pops into a person's mind is right to say, is
That's
it?
Very true.
So I don't know what I would choose on that one. I would rather say nothing than say something that would be hurtful or I wasn't able to take back.
Yeah. I think I do say everything that's on my mind, but I don't tend to think hurtful thoughts.
No.
I think that's all right. So you kind of suggested that you do all the time.
That's clarify. I don't.
You're so judging.
Yeah.
It's your question.
Which one is it?
This one, number 18.
Oh yeah. Would you rather make a phone call or send a text?
I'd rather send a text. I struggle with hearing sometimes when I'm on the phone, so I don't always catch what people are saying on phones.
Yeah.
But also, I think if I send a text, if that person is busy or they're not in the right frame of mind to talk to me, or whatever, they can then make that choice as to whether they communicate back or not.
True.
So I think that gives a lot of power to the person that I'm trying to communicate with. So I'd rather send a text and let them choose and make the phone call. Although there is that element of that personal connection, but I'd rather do that face to face anyway. So I think I'd rather send a text. Yeah.
Much better face to face.
Yeah. Is it me?
It's you.
Would you rather read an awesome book or watch a good movie? I have a problem with the question. Because why has the book got to be awesome and the movie only good?
Well,
why
true.
Both be awesome?
True, but if we were to check a thesaurus, they probably mean the same thing.
Probably,
anyway,
yeah, fair enough.
English teacher over here. I don't know how to answer that because I like a good movie and I also like an awesome book. I like reading. I like watching films.
Yeah.
That's difficult. I think.
But right now,
I quite like reading a book at the moment because it just your mind goes in one direction and then it's
you can focus in on it.
Yeah, it's nice and relaxing.
There is nothing quite like, as much as I love movies, because I do teach media, but I also teach English, there is nothing quite like that feeling when you get into a book and it's all consuming. It is something really special. I agree with you.
Would you rather be the most popular person at work or school or the smartest?
It's really difficult because I am
you're
both. It's really
How did I know you'd say that?
It's really difficult to answer. I think I'd rather be the smartest and smart enough to realise not to admit that I'm the smartest, because I think that might mean you'd have friends rather than have no friends. So I think probably smartest, because I think you've got to love yourself and respect yourself before anyone else can do that. And I don't necessarily think the popular people sometimes have that. So I think I'd rather be smartest. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Linden, tricky one.
Yes.
Would you rather put a stop to war or end world hunger?
If I had a magic wand, I'd probably put a stop to both. Okay. What I would probably choose out of the two of those is put a stop to war, because then at least the nations could talk to each other and potentially solve world hunger.
So one might lead to
as
the
an
other.
after effect. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, good.
Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery?
This is a really tricky one, because I am a beaver leader, and so we're supposed to be all about the camping.
But you're not going to say, well, I hate it.
If I camp, I like to do it in a bell tent with a tea light chandelier and a full bed and rugs, and so it's more glamping than camping, to be honest. It's 5-star camping, so I would choose the luxury hotel.
It's a luxury hotel.
Dreadful to say,
be fair,
but I would,
if our family goes camping, we tend to go for a bit of a glamping thing as well. And
so it's
also
comfy, otherwise it's not comfy, and you get cold and you need a wee in the middle of the night, and then you have to put all your clothes on, like your socks. It's hideous.
And,
so I'd rather choose
and
the hotel
your
room.
4-year-old wakes up because they're cold, and so they have to come into the bed with you, and then no one gets any sleep.
You're all tired and ratty the next day, and you're eating beans cooked overs that take 5 hours to heat up.
True. I think hotel wins on that one.
Mr. Linden.
Yes.
Would you rather explore space or the ocean?
Two things that we don't know very much about. Do you know what? I'd probably pick the ocean, only because like my Facebook feed pops up with these odd things like new species found, and I love the fact that half of our I don't know the actual percentage or figure. I thought you were about to check it up then.
No.
But I think it's about 80% of our oceans we just don't know about, and I'd love to know what's down there.
Have you been scuba diving?
I've not been scuba diving.
So much fun. Yeah, I love it.
Ironically, I'm not a very good swimmer.
Okay.
You know, we might have Godzilla swimming down there, and we have no idea.
Yeah.
So
no, it would be cool.
The ocean.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you rather go deep sea diving, or there's a theme here, or bungee jumping?
Well, I've done deep sea diving and I've loved it, so I'd rather choose that one, because bungee jumping terrifies me.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go diving.
Yeah, definitely
not
diving.
Keen of,
it's really cool, and there's lots of stuff to see, like all the fish, floating around.
Godzilla.
So it's really. I'd rather do deep sea diving again. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Mr. Linden, would you rather be a kid your whole life, or an adult your whole life?
Do you know what I miss about being a kid?
Yeah.
It says no responsibility. You can get home, jump on your bike, go see your mates, and that's great.
Yeah.
And I do miss that bit about being a child. But actually, also, being an adult, you get to kind of pass on your wisdom and your knowledge. It's a really hard question. Purely on a completely selfish, do you know what? I just love to jump on my rollerblades and go off on a skate. Be a kid.
What I like about being an adult is getting to the point where you don't care what the people think, though.
Yeah.
You can just be who you are.
Yeah.
And you're comfortable with who you are. You're not trying to impress anybody else or be something that you're not. And I do quite like how you get that when you're an adult. You just get to that point where I'm a very deep person, really deep. At heart. I just kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I think you can still be childlike
and childish are different.
I think that's all right.
Somebody once said to me that youth is a state of your heart. So
I think it's right.
It's all about here, really.
That was very deep as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's next?
I have no idea. Let's say you.
Okay. Would you rather go on a cruise with friends or with your spouse?
Definitely with my husband. 100%. I love him very much. But it'd be awesome with friends, wouldn't it?
It would be
good.
It would be.
But definitely my husband.
If he's watching.
Hi. Mr. Linden, would you rather lose your keys or your cell phone?
Cell phone, because I'd like to at least be able to get into my house in my car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fair enough. I do lose my keys a lot. It's your go.
Would you rather eat a meal of cow tongue or octopus?
That's disgusting. I think octopus, probably.
Yeah,
I'd probably cow tongue.
Pick octopus.
It's a bit like calamari or something like that, isn't it?
Yes,
so I'd probably
not
go
that
for
dissimilar.
octopus.
And I don't like the idea of eating a cow's tongue.
No, it doesn't appeal.
because
No.
when they lick you, it's like being licked by sandpaper.
It's really
so
horrible.
I just
Yeah. It doesn't happen to me very often, though.
does it not?
No.
Oh, just me then. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all. Very rarely. I actually have a bit of a phobia of cows. I will move
Okay.
away very quickly.
Okay. They do herd after you if you're not careful when you go
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Linden.
Yes.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or magnified hearing?
Ooh. Magnified hearing, I think.
Is that for the Daredevil thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And X-ray vision.
It's a bit pervy.
Well, yeah. You just wouldn't be able to switch it off, would you? Well, hopefully you'd be able to switch it off. I'd rather.
I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Super hearing.
Yeah, definitely. Every time.
Is it?
It's you. Yeah.
Oh, would you rather work in a group or work alone?
Work alone. Forever alone. I think I probably work better by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get stuff done.
Yeah.
I think I probably would be the person in a group that did little work
Get distracted.
and got distracted,
Yeah.
and someone else did all the work and then was really cross at me. So I'd probably.
So the year office. Joking.
Well, we work very well.
We do work very well together.
But we're a pair, not a group.
True.
So I think that's important. I
Yeah.
think in a group, I'd either be really bossy
Yeah.
and get really cross at people,
Yeah.
or I'd just give up and not do anything. So I think probably work alone.
Because the problem is
Yeah.
that I'm all about the journey. So I would just get distracted, and I'd be
yeah.
about the journey, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, so what's going on?
Whereas I'd be like, get it done.
Yeah,
and then I'd get frustrated.
Yeah, I have to be really disciplined when I'm in a task mode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
It doesn't happen. We just drink coffee.
I'm not. My wife would say that I'm not a completer finisher.
Right.
I'm a
Whereas
big,
I
I'm
am.
a starter.
That's why we work so well together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll start jobs and Mrs. Borley will finish them.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Linden, last question
Yes.
for you. Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly?
So, having been in the year office now for a year and working with Miss Borley, I'd probably pick being stuck on an island alone.
How dare you?
No, it's a hard one because I am very much a people person and I love having
Yeah.
people around me all the time.
But
sometimes you just need a bit
quiet.
of peace and quiet and you need a bit of recharge time, wouldn't you?
That's called the weekend.
It is called the weekend, but not if you're like...
Stuck with someone who talks incessantly.
True,
Saying that
which
we
in my household that is actually me,
Okay.
and often my wife just zones out and ignores me completely.
Yeah.
She doesn't,
husband's
she
the
loves me.
same. I think me and Mr. Linden are very similar, and that's why we have very quiet spouses.
Yeah, it's probably not
Yeah.
that. Yeah, not
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay.
Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
I think too cold. I much prefer being cold. I struggle in the heat.
Yes.
I run, and most of my running takes place in the winter months because I'm much happier. I get far too hot
Yeah.
in the summer, and I find running more difficult then because of the heat. So I think I'd rather be too cold. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
You have to choose.
I know I've got to choose. I'm sitting on the fence on this one because I guess if you're cold, you just put another jumper on. You can't really do much if you're too hot.
No.
So I would say too cold.
Yeah.
But I like sunny, warm
Do like
weather.
sunny, warm weather. Yeah. Okay. And that comes to the end of our Would You Rather questions for this week. We might persuade Tom to film some more if you can bear to hear our answers for the next few, and if we can find some more questions. But if you've managed to get to the end of this video, well done you.
Good
I
job.
think you've probably already earned lots of house points for when you get up here at Caulfield School, because that was quite lengthy. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you've learned a little bit more about myself and the lovely Mr. Linden. And we will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
See you soon.